Alrighty, welcome back to Let's Play the Scavenger mod. Final Fantasy IX, Scavenger mod, Scavenger 9. And we are on the precipice. The final two sections. We got this section, which is now completely open to us. We can grab whatever we want. Because once we go to Memoria, we're not coming back. Then we have Memoria. So what we need to do now is we need to decide how much stuff we want to grab now. We could just grab everything, but I don't want to use ×3 until we finish the mod, just for the sake of keeping the challenge legit. So we want to just grab enough to beat the Nova Dragon. But the question is, what do we grab? Because the Nova Dragon is a very difficult boss. And a lot of the stuff on the world map is like, you have to do like the entirety of the Chocobo stuff before you start getting like really good stuff. So I don't know if I want to like go down the path of Chocobo stuff, because it's going to be a while before we really get anything good. I believe we still have... Do we still have Ipsen stuff available? I don't remember. I think no, right? Because I think we grabbed it because it gets closed off. No, we do. So let's go to Ipsen. Let's grab Ipsen stuff. That'll be a good start. I don't think there's anything really too good here except I think a Amaranth weapon. How's it going, Phil Joe? What do you mean, why do I spend points? Come on, Shaw. We just did like 4 Guess the Games in a row. There was only like 2 Guess the Game things. We gotta start the playthrough at some point. I can't do Guess the Game the rest of the stream. Plus, I could just do yours at the end of the stream if you want. But I just did a ton of them. Ipsen is over here. No, I went too far. Here. Oh. Where are you, Ipsen? I hate the airship in this game. The mist doesn't help. Wait, I'm on the wrong continent? Oh, I'm thinking Oilver. No. Stop saying things, C-Mark. You're wrong. You're bad and you should feel bad. It's over here. Alright, so... chest here. Great, we got a dagger to go with our dagger. Aquarius will be good for Vivi, potentially. Wait. Oh, Aquarius is... Wait. That's in a chest? Huh. That's weird. What's this guy got? Cerberus? What you got? He can drop an opal. Might be nice. You can eat them for auto life. That's massive. We should definitely do that. He has 7,000 HP. How's it going, Shimmering? How's it going, Cuddy? So if you type exclamation mark Scavenger in the chat, you can see. But long story short, we made a mod for this game, for Final Fantasy VII, about 5 years ago called Scavenger Mod. And the idea was to only fight bosses with the items that you get just before the boss. So we split the game into sections, and every time you beat a big boss, you lose everything, so that you can only use what the game gives you from then until the next boss to beat the next boss. And it was such a fun mod that we decided to make one for Final Fantasy IX. And so far it has been pretty insane. We're also doing the added challenge. Oh yeah, right, we're in Ipsen Castle. Sidon actually does damage. We're also doing the added challenge of not shopping at all, which is like 10 times harder. Then yeah, we made it all the way to Nova Dragon. But the worst is yet to come, because the final dungeon, we did it just like in Scavenger 7, so you're not allowed to leave once you go in there, so you can only use what's in the final dungeon to beat the final bosses. Which in this game is probably going to be really crazy. Ipsen Castle will be a great place for us to grind if we need to. I mean, obviously the dragons would be better, but if we need, like, items. Thanks, Shimmering. Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it as well. We'll start it as soon as we're done with Scavenger 9. Which will probably be, hopefully, next week. Yeah, one of the first things we realized when starting this playthrough is how important shopping is in this game. It is massively more important than it is in 7. What is... Oh. Okay, that's pretty big, especially Chemist. Let's go ahead and give this to you for now, especially for leveling up. Oh, I need to fix abilities, by the way. So this is a glitch that will not be present in the final version, but right now, on the beta version, if you don't do this, then characters keep abilities that they're not supposed to keep. So let's fix that real quick. I think that was all of them. Okay. Fixed. I believe that chest up there is the weapon for Amaranth. Yeah. Oh, that's just this regular weapon. Yikes. I thought he got something better. Okay, let me look up a guide. Because I don't actually know where every single chest is in here. Broadsword and a javelin. We don't really have any reason to grab those. Golems, flute. Is there anything else in here we want? I guess not, actually. The only other things in here are regular weapons. Unless we want to go get Odin's sword. But it's kind of useless without Odin. It's kind of useless in general. I guess that's kind of it. I guess that's kind of all we want here. Unless we want to just pick up items to throw them, but I'm pretty sure the base weapons thrown do like 0 damage. Okay, another thing we could get, just because I know it's here, so we could get Limit Glove. May or may not use it, but we can grab it because it's right here. I have not fought this thing yet. What's the Worm Hydra got? Oh, he's got Bad Breath. And pretty much nothing else. I can steal a high potion. Got Bad Breath. And it sucks not having Panacea. I have no way to deal damage to you. Like, absolutely no way. He only has 5,000 HP, but I don't think we can deal 5,000 damage. Also, I can't even eat him because Quina's stuck. That's interesting, I didn't know that. Well, Amaranth does damage. Oh good, now he's frozen. Excellent. Even better. That's really unfortunate. Alright, let's just get out. Change your mind. Echo can win this. No. Let's go Jock. I don't know what we'd want Brad Breath for, but I mean, at this point, we're building for Nova Dragon and we're building for Ozma. And I don't think Brad Breath does anything to either. Actually, does Brad Breath do something to Nova Dragon? Maybe? Maybe Nova Dragon could be like poisoned or something? I didn't miss much in terms of Scavenger. We just started for the day. Okay, this is true. They stay venomed. Alright. We'll pass on Limit Glove for now. We might come back for it. We might need it for Ozma. Nova can be silenced and darkness? Dang. I mean, could just throw a 10 at him. If that's the case. Do I think the next Final Fantasy will be open world? I think the next Final Fantasy will be Final Fantasy 16 again, but better. We're grinding for Nova Dragon, but also keeping in mind what we might want for Ozma, because this is the same file that we'll fight Ozma on. Fight with quotations. Hataru, thank you for the tier 289. Thank you so much, Hataru. And thank you for the raid, Napaz. Hope you're doing well today. Hope you had a good stream. Okay, so let me think. Why does Autolife only cost 14 MP? Like what? What the MP costs on Blue Magic are like insane. I don't understand. Do we have... Hold on. Who do we want? Who do we want to fight the Nova Dragon? First of all. That's the first question. Nova Dragon counterattacks when struck with a physical attack. He's vulnerable to sleep, silence, and darkness. Wind protection is good. Water protection is good. Shell is good. I think the potential cheese strat is Knight if we can get access to Insomniac. It's also weak against ice and wind. We have a severe lack of weapons, so I think Vivi's going to be our best chance at damage. which means we're going to want an opal. So we could go kill some wraiths. Could actually kill Cerberuses in Ipsen Castle too. So probably this is what we're looking at for our team. So let's bring in everybody else so I can take their stuff. I think glass armlet gives water damage, yeah. Can you equip the... No. I don't think we're gonna have easy access to Insomniac. My touchpad is being weird. You really don't need the Jeremy boots. Might as well give that to... Actually, it's gonna be best on you. No, you can't learn HP plus 10? Okay. Hey, how's it going, Wessex? Okay, let's think here. So... we are looking for a mithril helm. That won't work for Vivi, though. Bandana, diamond helm, holy mitre, magician cloak, Gaia gear, or coral ring. All of those have Insomniac. So... are any of those rewards for Chocobo stuff not super late into the side quest? There is a Gaia gear in one of the water chocographs. So that's like halfway-ish through Chocobo Hot and Cold. Definitely not ideal, but it's an option. I don't even have access to Shell, do I? Oof. Without Shell, this is going to be rough. Thank you, C-Mark. Alright, well... let's do some experimenting just to see. I don't want to go super ham into the cheese strategy unless we have to. And my guess is we're going to have to because Nova Dragon doesn't screw around. But let's go get an Opal. Let's get like White Wind. And then let's just see, like, if we can even hang with him. I had horrible results with Mighty Guard. I was using it earlier, and, like, it was terrible. I got 1, maybe 2 uses of it, and then it was gone. Which, in this fight would be better, because... oh, that's blocked off. Okay, I guess we'll go fight Cerberus then. Since there's more party members this time, I could just have Quina just spam it, like, on all his turns. Then it might still be worth. So maybe Mighty Guard's a good idea. Then he can't cast White Wind, but Aiko can cast Cura. Does this guy have anything nice? Veteran. What a weird name for an enemy. He's a veteran of the series. High Potion and Ether steals. Gives Doom, which I don't think is gonna help any. Somebody commented about Vivi's focus ability. It's kind of an interesting discussion, like when it's viable to use focus and when it's not. Basically, like, if you're in a DPS rush, like if there's not a reason that you're waiting to cast magic, then it tends to be better to not use focus. If you're already waiting, or if the fight is like super long, then focus could be worth it. But if you're just trying to, like, kill an enemy quickly, and it's only going to be like a 4 or 5 turn fight, then it actually out DPSs if you don't use focus. Which is pretty interesting. I think we had that discussion when I was doing the Excalibur 2 run also. He like ragdolled. Oh, I got a topaz. That's not bad. Yeah, I usually use it when I'm like waiting anyways, but there have been some times where I was trying to kill an enemy fast and I used focus. So it's good to know that it's actually not worth it to do that. How old is Aiko? Really young. I forget how young, but really young. She's double digits, but she's like, wait, she's not even double digits? Yikes. 6? I don't think I realized she was that young. I think the problem is that Vivi is like the same size as her, and Vivi's like mentally adult. Yeah, apparently she's 6. Kind of. He kind of is and kind of is. I think the ages of the characters in 9 is actually pretty interesting, because Square tends to go older. They just kind of like hitting that, like, younger adult spot. Even if the characters seem and act younger. They're always, like, 21 or something. Kind of interesting how much younger they are in this game. Wonder why that was the case. Maybe it didn't make a lot of sense for like a 6-year-old to be traveling with people a lot older than her. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Thanks, Jock. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for stopping by. I'm trying to think, like, thematically, is there a reason that they're younger? Like, I think Garnet's story fits her age. You know, she's trying to, like, come to terms with the fact that she's going to be the next queen, and she's too young to, like, come to terms with it. So it kind of fits her story. Zidane is freaking womanizer, so I don't know. His young age doesn't really fit his character much, I don't think. I don't know how old he is, but I'm pretty sure he's right there with the rest of them. I think he's barely 20. If that. 16, yeah. I don't think his age really fits him. How old is Freya? Freya's 21, okay. See, I feel like that fits. Her story is a lot more mature. And 21 is old for JRPG, so... like, don't get it twisted, that's like old. It's like standard age slash a bit old. Well, maybe not a bit old, but it's like standard age. For this game, it's definitely old. Run, Vivi, run. Everyone's dead. But yeah, her story is more mature and also more of like a young adult plight. Finding your true love. What about Steiner? Steiner's ancient, isn't he? Rod said 33. So being the king of the guard and, like, putting your work above love and stuff, like, that's a young adult / adult plight, so that makes sense. I think Zidane's the only one that's really weird to me. Feels like he should be older, but it just doesn't make sense because he's in love with Garnet, so he has to be younger. Quina's 89. Well, Quina's so happy, so that fits. Who we missing? Amaranth? I don't think I care how old Amaranth is. Doesn't change his story at all. I would imagine he's older, but doesn't really matter to me. Opal, please. I'll take that ether, though. Should probably go heal. I really wish I had access to Aga. We haven't had access to a single Aga spell the entire game. Don't accidentally run into the leaf of tree. But yeah, in general, Final Fantasy and a lot of other JRPGs tend to hit that range of like, I'm growing up and need to find my passion, need to find my reason for being, need to go on my quest, need to leave the comforts of my home and do a thing. So it just makes sense that they're always like high teen or low 20s type ages. And then, at least in Final Fantasy's, where am I going? At least in Final Fantasy's realm, you always have that, like, old fart character that's with the party. That's like, I'm so over these kids. These darn kids and their flying machines. I'm getting kind of nervous for Ozma. Like, we're gonna have not a lot. A lot of stuff is barred off. Not that it really matters because we already picked up everything. We got like Chocobo stuff. We gotta go to Dagero at some point. But like, that's kind of all we got for Ozma. Ozma's gonna be something. Yeah, Final Fantasy 16 goes for a bit of both. You get the coming to age story early and then see the eventuality of everything, you know, for the rest of the game. Cloud is 21-ish, Squall is 18, Zidane is 16, and Titus is a baby. Got him. Absolutely obliterated. Final Fantasy X fans in shambles. One thing that is kind of interesting is the characters keep getting younger and younger, and like a side effect of that is that they can't really do a lot with love stories, you know? Like Cloud, Tifa, and Aerith, like they could go wild with that. And then Final Fantasy VIII, it was more of like a blossoming first love, but like, where does it go? No one knows kind of thing. And in this game, they just can't really do anything other than the final scene, and even then, it's just them reuniting. And then Final Fantasy XII, can't do anything, really. Not that, I mean, that game didn't really have, like, a love story as much, but you know what I mean? Like, a lot of times, love is, like, the go-to theme that every game can do, and it'll work, and as they get younger and younger characters, there's less they can do with it. It's interesting. That was one thing that was cool to see in 16. No spoilers, but several characters in 16 allowed to actually have like a real love story going on because they're all ancient in terms of JRPG ages. So that's cool. It was nice to see. I do like that there's multiple Final Fantasy games that just completely ignore love as a theme. I think that is good. I think it's good that they don't just go to the easy thing. Like, that's one positive thing I can say about Final Fantasy 15, is that, like, yes, there is a love story in there, but it's quick and it's not really the focus much at all in the game. And I kind of like that. I like that they don't just go for the quick and easy love story. But it is interesting how, like, they could have done a lot more with love in this game, and everyone's so young, like, not only is it awkward, but like, you just can't, they're just not developed enough for it to, like, make sense. It wouldn't make sense for Vivi to fall in love, like, you know. So, it's just interesting. I do like how they explore, like, what do you call it? Like, childhood fascination between Aiko and Zidane. Like, it's not a theme that's really explored much in any game I've ever played, but that idea of, like, a young kid thinking they're in love when it's obviously not. And, like, that's something that a lot of kids go through, like, genuinely, especially girls. Like, it's just a thing where, like, It's one of those things you go through as a kid. Like, you just think love is so easy, and then you realize it's not so easy. Like, that's an interesting concept to explore that most games don't. Actually, now that I think about it, is that really a girl thing? Because I knew a lot of... Well, maybe not a lot, but I hear a lot of stories about, like, boys falling in love with their teachers, you know? Then realizing that's not appropriate. You know? Maybe it's not a girl thing. Girls definitely talk about it more, but... Boys pushing girls down at the schoolyard because they like them, yeah. The Helga effect. Yeah, it's just kind of an interesting... I like when games tackle themes that you just don't expect a game to tackle, you know? A lot of people probably just find Aiko's story annoying, and that's, like, totally fair, but I do at least give them credit for doing something different. Can I just get an opal? Hello? It's like a 30% chance. Can we just video game? Can you just video game my video game, please? How's it going, Tofu? I don't think she's really in the love triangle. There's never like a moment where Garnet's like, oh, Aiko's gonna steal him from me. And there's never a moment where Zidane is like, is she really doing this right? Like, they kind of all just immediately approach it as like, oh, it's a kid being a kid. So I would disagree. She's not in the love triangle. She's literally an orphaned child who's lived with Moogles her whole life that meets a boy. Like, what do you expect? What do you think's gonna happen, you know? And the very first thing that Zidane does is save her from falling out of the tree. Like, what do you think's gonna happen? And that's another thing that's nice, is that it's very believable that Aiko would like Zidane. Like, extremely believable. It's not, doesn't feel random. Is the dialogue annoying? Yes. Is it supposed to be annoying? Yeah. Now see, if this were like a JRPG from today's JRPGs, then there'd be like this whole thing where like you have to pick between Aiko and Garnet, and there's a different ending for both choices, and it's like, why is she even a choice in the first place? Then you have to buy the DLC to see the true ending. And then it gets banned in 20 countries. The best Final Fantasy couple. So you're saying it's not Quina and Vivi? Or were you just excluding that one because that's like the obvious best? Just saying like the second best? Finally, holy. Almost learned Fyra trying to get the opal. So I used to hate Squall in Renoa. Like, I just didn't get it. Thought it was dumb. Seemed so like surface level, teenagers being teenagers. It did not resonate with me at all. But when we played Final Fantasy VIII again for Fantathon, it definitely hit me a bit more. I think that, like, Rinoa being the literal only person on the planet that can unlock Squall's personality is, like, kind of endearing, you know? Like, everyone else tries, everyone else fails. Even Squall is at the point where he's like, I don't want someone to bring me out of my shell. Like, I'm happy in my shell. And, like, Rinoa's the only one on the planet that has that ability to do it. And wants to do it. Like, there's just something cool about that, you know? But, yeah, it's still not my favorite. But I did learn to appreciate it more. And the space scene is pretty great. So, yeah, I would be willing to say that they're at least up there. Not my favorite, but I could see it being your favorite, for sure. I used to think that it was bad. Now I just don't think it's my favorite. But I don't think it's bad anymore. We need White Wind. And Mighty Guard. What's the quickest Mighty Guard? The Burmecia guy? Or the octopus. The octopus is annoying though. Serpian would be better. Although on disc 4, do they show up? Do they show up in the overworld on disc 4? They might not. Okay, they show up in the forest on disc 4 in the Lindblom area. Okay. First of all, let's go get White Wind. If the birds still show up here, which I think they should. Can't even go to Madain. Is there like a reason that everything gets blocked off on disc 4? It does seem a bit weird, that's new. This space maybe? Like, lore reason, yes, but it is kind of a shame that there's, like, so little places you can go on disc 4. It's just not very Final Fantasy to close off so much.